Welcome to the Start Your Day Positive podcast, your feel-good way to start the day. I'm Sarah.
I am Len. We're so glad you're sharing your day with us, and we have an excellent podcast for you. I'm excited about this. I want to tell you about an amazing pizza that people are talking about, but it's way, way beyond the expiration date.
Okay. Well, a new study says the key to accomplish a goal sometimes is people telling you you can't.
And we'll share part of a conversation we had with best-selling author and speaker Jon Gordon that is going to help you in your journey of being consistently more optimistic, which we're all looking for. And after the snow for much of our country here over the weekend and on Monday, we need that optimism.
There's that funny meme that I keep saying over and over again. It's someone brushing the snow off their car.
Yeah.
And they just, all you do is say over and over again as you're brushing your car, we don't have crocodiles, we don't have alligators, we don't have snakes,
Yeah,
we don't have, dangerous,
Yes. No, that's very, very true. It is funny, though. It is funny how our mindset changes. Do you remember, and it probably for us this past year in Northeast Ohio, maybe it was November, it's so exciting, that first snow, and it sticks to the ground, just that feeling you get of excitement, and oh, look, it's snowing.
I know. I'm a weird one because unless I have to really be out there driving around in it a lot, the snow doesn't super bother me. I mean, I'm ready for the sunshine and nice weather, but I'm not as bad as some people really don't like the snow.
Right. There's a thing. There's a thing about that where it actually does get to people. I'm a little similar to you. Now, I will say that I'm less apt to build a snowman in February than I am in December, as an example.
100% agree. I just keep reminding myself we have the 4 seasons. We don't have mosquitoes right now. There's no mosquitoes right now. That is so great.
No, that's a good way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
You didn't. I know your husband, he's a teacher. He went to work today. I'm on the school board in the city I live in. We had school, but there were a number of schools that were closed and along the East Coast. Now they're the ones, the people that are in New York and Boston, etc., they're the ones that got walloped.
How do you know how many inches they ended up getting?
Well, I knew just overnight it was about 10, which is a lot. For the city. Yeah, and it was still falling. So much so that there was a driving ban in New York, meaning that it's not a parking ban. Like we have parking bans sometimes.
Right.
They have a driving ban. Like you're not even allowed to drive on their streets because, they got to get those streets taken care of.
Wow, that's interesting. No, I knew New York City and that area was calling. They said they could have gotten up to 22 inches, and I didn't see if they really did get that much or not.
Just think of all the nice things they say about snow, like snowflakes are like people. No two are alike. It reminds you of that, right?
Wasn't there something that you had this... you knew some fact about snowflakes, and was it that it was something more than that? Was it not?
Yeah, that's all I got right now. I've got a short memory span. Right? I can't remember. But believe me, if you go back and find that episode, it was gold.
I don't remember what it was. I'll try to remember.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to have Jon Gordon, a little conversation with him a little later on our show. He, of course, is the author of the book that we're giving away called The Garden. It's a wonderful book, and he's going to put positivity into you no matter how you're approaching the snow today. So I look forward to that conversation that's coming up.
All right. Well, how about we start with a positive thought? Have patience. All things are difficult before they become easy. And let me just say this. It may not be easy for a while, but have patience. And there was another quote, it just was on the tip of my tongue, where if it's not easy, it's not worth it, or if it's not hard, it's not worth it, something like that.
Right.
But most things in life are going to be difficult at first. Starting a new business, starting a new job, making a big change.
You know, who I think of, obviously, is our gold medal Olympic skater right now, right? To be a figure skater and just feeling, I don't want to do this anymore, and then retiring, and then coming back and winning the gold medal. Nothing says it better than that, right? It wasn't easy, so much so that you gave it up, but you come back and you win the gold medal.
That's right. And also, side note, happy anniversary to the Start Your Day Positive podcast. We had our 1-year anniversary last week, and we forgot to say anything about it. And we did get emails about it, and it was so great, and messages that people remembered without us even saying anything. So I did a little post on the Lynn and Sarah page thanking everyone, because we really are so grateful for y'all listening every day.
Oh, we are. Earlier this week, yesterday, I was actually in our local bank, and I was just there at the bank, and the branch manager, she came out and she just came up and said, I'm listening to the podcast and I'm enjoying it so much. And it just totally made my day. And it was a reminder about how thankful and blessed we are, because it was a year ago and we didn't know how things were going to go. And it was really up to people listening saying, you know what, that's a good way for me to start my day. And I want to be a part of that podcast listening family. And it's gone so well. So we're grateful. We are very grateful.
And thank you for all the messages. We look at them all. We appreciate you all so much.
Yeah, we do. We do. Well, let's get going here on our Tuesday edition of our podcast with 3 things your friends and family may be talking about today.
Well, the Winter Olympics have wrapped, and it looks like NBC's $7.7 billion investment to broadcast the games through 2032 is paying off. The network averaged 24 million viewers across its prime afternoon coverage, and its primetime in Milan broadcasts through Friday. Now, up next, we have the Summer Games in Los Angeles in 2028, followed by the 2030 Winter Games in the French Alps.
Yeah, this was fun. We had so many great stories for Team USA. I mean, the Olympics in general were really fun and really interesting, but I felt like Team USA had some really compelling stories this year.
You know, I love the vignettes. They make me cry. They make me so happy. I love them.
Capping it, of course, with the hockey, with the men's hockey. First of all, I don't want to say that without saying, again, congratulations to our women's team that won the gold medal in hockey against Canada, and they were phenomenal. But that was a crazy way to wrap up the Olympics for us with that game on Sunday morning. They haven't added up. They haven't released the official ratings yet for the Sunday morning game, the gold medal game. But you know they are going to crush. They're going to be some of the biggest ratings ever as far as an Olympic competition is concerned. America was behind their team, right? I mean, that's amazing.
So much. And I'll be honest, I've never really been a hockey person.
Right.
My husband's not really either. But my future son-in-law played hockey, loves hockey. And he was like, you got to watch the game. You know, it was like such a big deal. And we're like, oh, yeah, this is a big deal. And so we were watching it, and it was so fun to watch, I have to admit. That was like one of the first hockey games in a long time that I've watched, and it was so exciting to watch.
Yeah, it was a shocking game. There were the times at the end when Team Canada had what they call an open net. Our goalie was out of position because of puck movement, and at the very last second, he was able to deflect that thing away, or would have. It was kind of like a meant to be. That we won that. It feels so that way, doesn't it? It really does.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, so crazy.
Feel that way. And don't you love how much you've learned about the different sports? You learn terms, you learn rules that you never would have ever imagined you would know.
Yeah. I don't know how much they're going to stick with me, but yeah.
Yeah, they'll come back in 4 years when the games take place in the French Alps. Well, I don't know if our Len and Sarah trips will ever take us to Budapest, Hungary, but if they do, we're making a stop at Neverland Pizzeria. The restaurant is turning heads with a limited edition pie made only from ingredients that would have been available in ancient Rome. Long before tomatoes, mozzarella, or even the word pizza existed in Europe, think oven-baked flatbread topped with herbs, cheeses, and old-world sauces that would have only been available 2,000 years ago. The idea was inspired by a 2023 archaeological discovery in Pompeii. There was a painting, a fresco, showing a crusted flatbread topped with what looked like pomegranate seeds and dates and spices and the pesto-like spread. And the owners of the company said, let's see if we can reproduce that. Talk about a slice of history, huh?
That's so cool. Did you see this in a video? I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I saw pictures of the pizzas. I mean, it's super cool. I would love to try one. Okay.
Am I the only one, when I hear about something that is food, I want to see it?
Yeah.
Like, I wish all menus had what it looks like right next to it.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
It needs to. I joke all the time that I used to be cool, but now I research menus and parking situations before I go anywhere new. So let me see what it looks like.
Right. So, it should be a law. It should be a law.
I don't want it to be a disappointment, but pomegranate. See, I love flatbreads and unique things like that.
Yeah.
I actually saw, tell me if this sounds good to you, because unique pizzas like this are so good. When we go on vacation next time, I always research ahead what cool restaurants are in the area and see if there's any popular foods. Well, I found this pizza place, and they make a crab rangoon pizza.
Okay.
Like, doesn't that sound amazing?
I've never heard of anything like that before. Where's that at?
Have you had crab rangoon?
No. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, wait, where's the dun 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 music?
Yeah, what? What is that?
What?
I don't know what that is.
Do you ever get Chinese takeout?
Yeah.
Crab rangoon is like a staple Chinese food.
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's, yeah.
Okay, I thought that was just something like everybody's had crab rangoon.
No, I thought when you said it, I thought it was a seafood, and I thought, I don't like seafood.
Well, that is true. I do think it's seafood inside the crab rangoon.
Oh, it is seafood? Okay.
Anyway, well, now it's a big flop. Yeah. You're not going to want the crab rangoon pizza.
Not really. There's lots of people. Oh, I see. When we take a trip. Okay. No, you know me. I'll try anything. So
it just looks good. The whole point was I like unique, different types of pizzas. I would even eat the crab rangoon pizza. I would eat the pomegranate seeds, dates, pesto spread pizza.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll send you that. I'll send you the piece. It's cool.
And a lot of people assume that once you hit a certain age, your personality is pretty much set in stone. You've probably even heard that. If you're anxious or introverted or reactive under stress, that's just who you are. But new research out of Germany and Switzerland challenges that idea. In an 8-week group program, 165 adults, 19 to 78, worked on emotional stability and extroversion, and older adults improved just as much as those in their 20s. The program focused on stress management and resilience, then on social skills and healthy boundaries. And by the end, participants of all ages reported feeling calmer under pressure and more socially engaged. And the takeaway, personality may be more flexible than we think even well into our later years.
I love that. I think it's so important for us not to think that we can't change. If there's things that we hope will change to make us better and happier, then we can do it.
I've always thought you can change. And it's not always easy, right?
No.
There's so many times, someone might say, well, just do this. And it's like, well, if it was that easy, I would have done that
No, it's kind of like what you were talking about earlier, is that it's not that easy and really nothing worthwhile is.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
You can't just click your finger, right? But you can do it.
But I truly think sometimes the biggest hindrance to people is saying it can't be done. So it's always been kind of a pet peeve of mine when a doctor or, I don't know, a family member would say, well, that's just how it's going to be. That's just how you are. Or, maybe a doctor would even say, well, your mom was anxious. You have a history of anxiety. That's probably just how you are. I honestly think that's one of the worst things you could tell someone, because then that gets stuck in your brain. And unless you challenge yourself to say what we're saying right here, is that No, I don't have to put that label on myself. You know what I mean?
I do, and I think that happens to kids a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of labels
to kids a lot.
At all.
Hey, you know what? It's a good conversation, and coming up in a little while, we're going to talk about how some entrepreneurs succeeded just because someone said that to them. So it kind of ties into what we're talking about.
A cup of coffee, a thankful heart, a brand new day, positive with Len and Sarah.
Hey, are you in a situation where you don't have health care benefits? It's just too expensive for the coverage. Let me introduce you to our podcast partner, Liberty Health Share. It's not insurance. It's different. Many members think it's better. A Christian organization where members share the cost of each other's healthcare needs with an affordable monthly contribution. Wes Humble is Liberty's Executive Director of Ministry. Wes, what would you tell someone right now who doesn't have healthcare coverage and they're looking at Liberty?
I would tell them to certainly consider it because of not only the biblically based program that it is, but also the fact that it's usually way more affordable. Well, I'm on the road a lot representing Liberty Health Share at events. Invariably, we find people who will come to the table and say, I'm a member of Liberty Health Share. And then there's always some story that follows of how something happened and Liberty was there. There's just stories where people had no way, couldn't afford insurance. They didn't know if something bad was about to happen. Click into Liberty Health Share, and then it happens. And they realize that this works and that people I don't even know help pay these medical bills. We added a prayer box so every member can go on there anytime they want and put a prayer request. We respond to every one of them.
Hey, you can learn more with a visit to Liberty's website, or you can just call and talk with them. It may be exactly the solution that you've been praying for. The website is libertyhealthshare.org.
Well, we have something special for you, a free book giveaway. And sometimes when I say that, people think, oh, you're just going to give one book away. No. Anyone who wants a free copy of this book, it's called The Garden, from best-selling author and best-selling motivational speaker Jon Gordon, we are giving you one. Now, Jon is one of the best motivational speakers in the world. He's amazing. He's known for tons of different books. But The Garden is really good, and it's a spiritual fable that reveals, he goes through the 5 Ds that can overcome us with anxiety and things like that. And it just simplifies it and helps you kind of have more peace and focus and connection and happiness. It's a great little read, and we want to send you one if you want one.
It's a small book, and it's really, really neat. I mean, you can work right through it. We had the chance to talk with Jon, which I really appreciate because his schedule is crazy. He works with some of the biggest companies in the world on working on team building and motivation, but he spent some time with us, and it was really interesting because he was working on another book, and he just really felt impressed upon from the Lord about this idea, The Garden, a book on overcoming fear, anxiety, and stress. Let me just play a clip of our conversation.
Here's what's wild. In 2019, towards the end of the year, I had just finished writing a book. I usually write a book in about 3.5 weeks. God inspired, I just get these downloads and I write the book. Well, I got done with this other book and I was thinking about this book, and I was going to call it Identity because it's all about the attack on our identity. And while I'm sitting there, boom, I had a vision of The Garden. I had a vision of this concept for a book that was more of a fable rather than a how-to. And so I just had this vision for it and this idea for it. And I wrote it literally in a few weeks and finished it within the first few weeks of January, not knowing that in 2019, what was coming was the pandemic, when so many people would be struggling with fear and stress and anxiety. And this book literally came out in March during the pandemic when people needed this message the most. And it's a fable. Obviously, there is a Christian theme to this book. I even wrote in the beginning, because I'm mostly known as a business author, and I wrote, warning, this is not like my other books. This is a spiritual message. This is about winning the battle of our mind. This is about helping kids win the battle between fear and anxiety and stress, and how to fuel their life with love and joy and power and peace and courage and confidence. My only book to become #1 on the Wall Street Journal bestseller list was this book. It's not a business book, but it hit the Wall Street Journal bestseller list. So it shows you how God has a great sense of humor. Wanted this book obviously out there.
So if you would like your free copy, you just go to our website. It's startyourdaypositive.com. And then you scroll to the bottom, kind of towards the bottom of our page, and you'll see a big section down here with a lot of different giveaways, and you just click on enjoy a free copy.
I listen to it every morning, and I really look forward to it on my drive to work. It helps get me ready for my day.
Hey, have you ever had a dream or a plan and someone kind of crushes it or lets the air out of your balloon with doubt and skepticism? Before giving up, you'll be interested in 3 recent studies. Each study showed that entrepreneurs who are told they're likely to fail often push harder and stick with their ventures longer than those that face no skepticism. It's called the underdog effect. That's what it's called.
Wow.
Yeah, it suggests that negative expectations don't necessarily need to break a founder's spirit. They can actually fuel determination. Across the 3 studies, more than 1,400 entrepreneurs being doubted seemed to trigger a psychological response that made people fight back even harder, drawing on what psychologists they call it the reactance theory, the idea that people resist when their freedom to act feels challenged. And so for entrepreneurs, rather than giving up, many take that doubt as motivation, using it to prove themselves, refine their ideas, persevere through the obstacles. And it reminds us that sometimes with the pushback that you get, you can use that to be the fuel that drives you to succeed, right?
I feel like I'm the underdog a lot. I feel like I've lived the underdog life.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's always been motivation for me.
Yeah. You're going to like this. I think anybody who has a nugget of a dream will like this. I'm going to give you some examples of people. Okay. First of all, Oprah. Oprah is huge. Oprah was a gazillionaire. But early in her career, Oprah was told that she was unfit for television.
I know. I've read about it. Believe me, I feel seen when I read these stories.
Yes. So she was told that. She redesigned herself, became, well, the rest is history. We've shared this story before, but it's wonderful. Michael Jordan was cut from his varsity basketball team. The varsity coach said, "You just don't have what it takes, Michael."
Yep.
He used it as motivation. And we know the story of Michael Jordan, but there's more. I know you know this one. Walt Disney. Early in his career, Disney was fired from a newspaper for, quote unquote, lacking imagination.
Yeah. I was going to say that one if you didn't have that on your list.
Yes.
That one always blew my mind.
I'm sorry, Walt. You just don't have an imagination. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, she was rejected by 12 publishers. That would cause you to give up, wouldn't it? Well, we know that story. Soichiro Honda was turned down for a job by Toyota because they just thought he didn't have what it takes. And so rather than giving up, he decided to found the Honda Motor Company.
See, I love these. I've read, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
Heard that one, yeah. Last one is Thomas Edison. An exasperated teacher reportedly told his concerned mother that he just wasn't bright enough to learn anything.
I just saw, I think it was some award show we were watching, this really famous pop singer. And I don't remember his name. All I remember thinking is that sounds just like For King and Country. Whoever it was had the same vibe and sound as For King and Country. I meant to show you the video. But anyways, he was doing an interview. He might have even won a Grammy. He was doing an interview afterwards, and he's like, well, I just want to thank my high school teacher for telling me, my high school choir teacher for telling me that I would never be a singer, never would it be able to sing because it gave me the motivation to be here.
Yep. Now that you say that, that reminds me, of Bart from Mercy Me. Everyone's seen the movie I Could Only Imagine, but basically his dad was saying, get a job. Get a job.
Yeah. Okay, has there been ever someone in history that's been successful that had just an easy road? Probably not.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So we're right on track.
Yeah. Boy, we're trending well. We're tracking well.
We're doing great.
Well, use that as motivation. Whatever your dream is, don't give up. All right, Sarah, I want to play a little game with you. It's the name of the game is Name That Great Company.
Okay. Okay.
I will read a 5-star review from somebody, and you have to guess the company, okay? Okay. The initial consultation was prompt, courteous, kind, and the sales representative was extremely knowledgeable. Based on that information, you have to name the great company.
I know it. And because it said they had a consultation, it has to be Universal Windows Direct.
It is. It is. Woo! If you are thinking of replacing your windows, think about our podcast sponsor, Universal Windows Direct.
Yes. When you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free right now. It's a real good deal. And 0% interest for 36 months. So you can upgrade and then don't worry about, you could spread those payments out without the interest with no added cost. And they're also doing a $500 bonus right now, too, off your home improvement project.
Yeah, a wonderful company. They know what they're talking about. Believe me, you just don't want to guess when it comes to replacing your windows. You'll love everything from the initial consultation to the completion of the job and you checking the box and saying satisfaction guaranteed. Why don't you set up that appointment? I mean, spring is coming in time for that major home improvement. So get her going. It's universalwindowsdirect.com. You'll probably add your review when you say, I love my windows.
Whoa, tick-tock, woo, time goes so fast. It happened today, let's remember.
Working right through the month of February, it's the 24th. Today, let's go back in time and look at this date in history.
In 1938, the first nylon toothbrush went on sale. Until that time, toothbrushes were made from boar bristles, the stiff, coarse hairs taken from the back of a hog's neck. It's probably the organic version now, right?
Oh, probably. It's like, I'm not using a nylon toothbrush.
I'm using the OG organic kind.
Yeah. It would be fun, though, I would like to, maybe a bunch of middle school kids or something like that, like saying, here's a new toothbrush for you. We want you to use it this week. Oh, by the way, it's made from boar's hair. And just to see.
That actually sounds like elite.
It does.
I mean, the way the organic stuff is now.
You're right. You know what? I'm going to check if they're on Amazon.
They are.
To see. Are they?
Yeah, I've looked before.
All right. And Steve Jobs, the co-creator of Apple, was born on this date in the year 1955. Most of you know, sadly, he passed away from cancer complications in 2011 at the age of 56. He co-founded Apple, get this, when he was 21 years old.
Wow.
21 years old. He brought us the Mac, the iPhone, the iPad, and he famously said this: the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
I agree with that.
Aren't you always amazed when you see that the biggest breakthrough of a lot of people, they were in their mid to early 20s? It's really something.
Yeah, no, that can happen. Although I always think of good Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders.
Well, that's good. It's good to bring that up for people who are a little older. Right, you're not limited.
I don't want to feel limited, okay?
Thank you.
I'm a late peaker.
Thank you. You still have some time.
I still have some time. Thank you very much.
Right, when he hit it big, he was in his 60s.
Right.
Right? So, yes, you just take your time getting rich. Okay, just take your time.
Well, thank you so much for listening today. Just a reminder, we'll be back right here tomorrow for you, starting your day off in a feel-good way. And also another reminder, we have that free book right now. Go to our website for The Garden by Jon Gordon, a free copy for you. And pass it along to friends. If you know someone else that would love a free copy, send them the link to order one as well. It's startyourdaypositive.com. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Yeah, the book is fantastic. I enjoyed the clip we played from Jon earlier in our podcast today, and it's a reminder that you never know when you might have plans. He was writing a book, and then God gave him the idea for the garden, and he started a new book, and it just all poured out, and the timing of it was perfect. So with that in mind, let's just make that our prayer as we wrap up today's episode of the Start Your Day Positive Podcast. Heavenly Father, that's inspiring to know, even though we're doing our thing and going about our day and doing our plans. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that if we're open that you won't step in a very meaningful way and allow us to be a part of your plan and make a big difference in our world and in people's lives. And so I just pray that we're open to that and look forward to hearing stories about how you use us. In Jesus' name, amen.